We welcome you to Sports News, May 9th, 2025. Let's get to the news. We got some news from the NFL, plus we have some weird news going on with the Bill Belichick, Jordan Hudson situation. We'll get to that, um, and much more. Let's get to it. We begin our story in Germany. The big news today is Bayern Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso has confirmed his leave to Leverkusen and is reported set for the Real Madrid job. The 43-year-old has already agreed to join Real Madrid and will link up with the Spanish giant after the Club World Cup. So once the Club World Cup is over, Xabi Alonso will officially be the next Real Madrid head coach. And that would be a massive move for Real Madrid and for Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso will leave Leverkusen after 3 seasons there with the German side. His second season in Leverkusen guided them to an unbeaten league and a cup double in 2023 to 24 season, leading them to their first Bundesliga title in the club's history. And last year was a most memorable moment in Leverkusen history. Now in his third season, all the expectations was, can Leverkusen do it again? Not this year, with Bayern and Harry Kane finally give Harry Kane a trophy. Xabi Alonso will leave the club and will go to Real Madrid. I had this as my prediction. I think I did a video about who could actually take this Real Madrid job, and I thought it could come down to Jurgen Klopp or Xabi Alonso, and I thought this is going to make sense. Xabi Alonso will make sense to become the next coach for Real Madrid. So happy for him going to Real Madrid, but now the question is, who is going to replace Xabi Alonso? We don't know who the replacement is going to be, so we'll find out during as the news continues on. I'll keep you updated of who will be the candidates to replace Xabi Alonso in Bayern. Let's go back to America in the NFL. Some surprise news here. The Cowboys were pursuing Ravens wide receiver Rashad Bateman before acquiring George Pickens. That was good, because if it was Rashad Bateman, we would be talking about this and say, Cowboys, why did you make this move? But they make the move for George Pickens, and now we feel confident with the Cowboys right now. So that's interesting to keep an eye on. Newly pass rusher Giants Abdul Carter will be wearing number 51 after missing out on retired numbers. He was looking to get 56 from one of the greatest defensive players of all time in Lawrence Taylor. Then was trying to get to number 11, which was Phil Simms' number, who those numbers were retired, but the only number was available was 51. Browns general manager Andrew Berry saying Nick Chubb increasingly unlikely to return to Cleveland. We knew this was going to happen. They did draft Quinshon Judkins to be their RB1, so that makes sense. So now where can Nick Chubb land? We're hearing that the Bears, the Chiefs, and maybe, and this is from my honestly, maybe Pittsburgh could use Nick Chubb. Of course, since they lost Najee Harris, who's going to the Chargers, that could make sense there. We'll see where Nick Chubb ends up in the free agency market. Let's go to college football. With the big story right now is UNC refuses reports saying Belichick's girlfriend allowed at the football facility. Here's what I was been hearing. Earlier ago, they were reported that they banned Belichick's girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, out of the college football facility because they want Belichick to focus on Tar Heels football and not get distracted by his girlfriend. A few hours later, reports were saying that she is not banned. But here is the quote. I'll give you just a little glimpse of the quote, saying, while Jordan Hudson is not an employee at the University of Carolina Athletics, she is welcome to the Carolina football facilities. Now, also there was a quote, of course, that she and Belichick can still be together, but outside of the facility. So, what a weird story we're gonna have. Bill Belichick coaching the UNC Tar Heels, of course, and then you got a situation where your girlfriend Jordan Hudson, who is a former cheerleader, high school cheerleader, getting involved with this. Okay, but it is what it is. Let's go to the Women's World Cup because we got some big news there. So the Women's World Cup is expanding from 32 teams to 48 teams in 2031. They're doing the same thing what the Men's World Cup did, expanding from 32 teams to 48 teams. And we're told that the USA is expected to host the 2031 Women's World Cup. That is why. And finally, we got NBA news. So here's the latest Steph Curry news. Steph Curry wouldn't return from injury before Game 6 at the earliest. This is according to the score. If you want to check their article about that. So Steph Curry will not return before Game 7 at, quote, quote, at the earliest. Well, T-Wolves at 5. You got Steph Curry, Chef Curry, Magician Curry. T-Wolves at 5. Oh, I love to do that. I always wanted to do that. Now Shannon Sharp always says, Lakers at 5. Let me do something even better. T-Wolves at 5. If you have not seen my other sports news, I mentioned the big story, of course. We have our Europa League final and Europa Conference finals, plus preview of those finals. Go check them out on my channel below on the screen again. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell for more sports news, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.